looking back. I'm going to always look back, talk about things that happened in my past. I'm going to always tell you about things that I have experienced, that I am experiencing, how I'm feeling, how I felt, what I'm doing, what I'm going to do. I'm not going to stop doing my podcast. I'm not going to stop doing my live streaming. I'm not going to stop setting up my Zoom to have conference calls or podcasts to have interviews. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to go on to talk about my journey, to talk about and tell you my testimony. Some days when I think about what I went through, how I felt, I ask myself, I say to myself, wow, what a journey. Wow, what a testimony. Wow, what an example. I know some days I think about my podcast. Some days I look at my YouTube channel. And yes, some days the enemy want me just to stop. But I can't stop. There's no stopping me. I'm too much committed into helping a young lady, young women. I'm invested in another woman surviving, being a survivor. I am invested in helping, ministering, listening, encouraging, lifting up, understanding, not being a judge of anything that you may have went through. I don't care what kind of sexual abuse you may have went through or going through. I'm not going to judge you because I've been through every sexual act a man could do to a woman, but I survived. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it's a healing process. Yes, I'm in this here so that somebody else could be a winner, a survivor. I think about all the women that have gotten out of abusive relationships, but you don't hear anything. Well, I haven't heard or seen anything about a woman doing a podcast about being a survivor of abuse. Sometimes when you're in an abusive relationship, you're shame. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to discuss it. You just want to just forget about it, but you never do forget about it. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be part of your makeup because you went through it. And you went through it for a reason, to help somebody else get through it, to help another young lady get through it. Everything that we go through in life is for somebody else, to help somebody else, to encourage someone else, to show someone else, to help someone else. But as I was going through what I was going through in the abuse relationship, I didn't see it as that. I didn't see me, one day, being able to help somebody. That never crossed my mind. Only thing that crossed my mind is escaping, how to escape, when to leave, when to stay out, stop going through that revolving doors, when. So I thought about, I didn't think about, I'm going to help somebody be able to go through what I've been through. I didn't think about that. That never crossed my mind. But here I am now talking about believing and knowing that I'm helping another single woman that's been through abuse. And like I said, it don't always have to be sexual abuse. Abuse is abuse. being made fun of, being talked about, being called out of your name is abuse. Being having something taken away from you that belongs to you is abuse. Abuse comes in all different forms, but it's still abuse. You could be in a friendship relationship and be abused in that friendship. Yep. You don't have to be involved sexually or have a boyfriend to be in an abusive situation. You can have a friendship and be in an abusive friendship. The what I mean by being in an abusive friendship, how you are having problems, excuse me, and you're telling your friend about what's going on, and they decide to tell somebody else or um, someone you thought was your friend, you come to find out they aren't because it's a one side friendship. You're the one that's reaching out, you're the one that's doing all of the reaching out, and the other individual's doing nothing but ignoring you. That's abuse. That hurts because here you are thinking that um, I have a BFS, best friend, forever, and it doesn't happen that way. That woman is not your best friend because when you want to talk to her about something that's bothering you, she doesn't have time. Or she'll say, I'll get back with you, and it never happens. Abuse is abuse no matter how, it's still abuse. And it doesn't go away in a day. The feeling, the hurt, the disappointment, the frustration, the stress doesn't just happen to go away in a day. It takes some women years. Took me years to let go of the hurt, years to let go of the frustration. You could be abused so much that you become an individual that just want to be left alone. You can't seem to fit in anywhere, even though you try, you just can't seem to fit in. She thought, you had this best friend, somebody you could talk to that you were fitting in, but in reality, it was a one-sided, and that's abuse. Here you are thinking that you got somebody like friends for life. No, there's no such thing as friends for life. That's a very rare, very rare. Because if the friend that you have hasn't experienced something that you have experienced and you're going through, they'll never understand. You need a friend, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. You need a friend who's been through abuse. Then that way, y'all on the right track because you're telling one another, yeah, I remember. And sometimes it's good to talk about it. Sometimes it's good to express what you're feeling at the moment. Sometimes it's good to say, hey, let's get together and have lunch and let's just talk. It's good to talk because if you don't talk and you keep it in, it just continues to build frustration, rejection, anger, disappointment, loneliness. And loneliness is the worst feeling you could ever have because you're lonely Your thoughts is running away. Your thoughts is running wild. You're thinking all kind of things. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody appreciate me. Don't nobody understand. Don't nobody want to be around me. Why should I want to be around anybody? They don't want to be around. I mean, you start complaining about everything. And a woman that's been in an abusive relationship, it's hard for her to have a friendship relationship with a man because in the back of her mind, she's looking at him and saying things which may be true or may not, but it's hard to have a friendship relationship with a man if you've been abused. If you've been abused, it's hard because in the back of your mind, he has fit in. You have a basket. You know, they say one rotten apple spoils the whole bunch. And that's what your mindset, my mindset was. I'm not going to say your mindset. I don't want anyone to think that, you know, how I'm feeling, you better feel that way. No, no, no. I'm just telling you how I feel, how I felt that I was didn't trust men to the point where I could relax around them. You know, that's why I thought when I got in this relationship with this minister that it was all good. I never in my wildest thoughts would think that it would be an abusive relationship minus the sex, minus the name calling, minus the cussing out because he was a man of God. I never thought, never in my wildest thoughts would ever think that this minister would treat me and do what he did. I never thought like that, thought that way. Excuse me. No, I thought, oh my, look at here, it's all good. So failure, mistrust wasn't part of my thinking. I didn't not trust him. I trusted him because he was a minister. I trusted he would never hurt me because he was a minister. I trusted that. And like I always say, this is about what I went through, my feelings, my frustration. I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for myself. I can't say that another woman went through the exact same thing I went through, but she went through an abusive relationship. A single woman's been abusive. She didn't went through sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, frustration. She went through it all. But every woman, every single woman that went through abuses, you know, is a different way that she went through it. That's why I had this podcast. That's why I do the YouTube channel. That's why I'm setting up Zoom so we could talk. We could entertain one another what we went through. If we had to be on a Zoom conference call and start crying, that's all right. Sometimes tears is refreshing. It helps you. And sometimes you need to cry so it can release the pressure that's on your heart that you're carrying. So my main goal is to be a help to another single woman. My main goal is to let another single woman know what I went through, what I did. It's not to be a judge, to judge any single woman for whatever she may have went through, whatever abuse she may be going through, have been through. That's why, you know, I look back at my past to make sure I give you everything, good, the bad, the ugly, That's why all of my podcasts, my YouTube channel, and when we have Zoom, is not meant for children, because explicit words are going to be spoken. Things are going to be said, explained, talked about. And I'm here to always be a help to a single woman. We need one another. We need to encourage one another. We need to lift one another up. We need to never give up on one another, to hold each other up. We need to be there. Never turn our back on any single woman has been in an abusive relationship. Never give up on them. Never say, never talk about them if they decide to just get on here and talk about the abuse they're in. We're here to listen. I'm here to listen. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to pray that I can help you. There's something I can say to get you out of that relationship, something that I can say that will help you continue to walk forward, something that I can say that can help you grow stronger, be happy, something that I can say that you could say to help someone else. I want this to be a domino effect. My journey, my testimony, my struggles, what I went through, another woman can hear that, and then she can express herself. Another woman can hear that, and that woman is, like continuous going, continuous talk, continuous helping, continue to reach out, continue to never give up on one another, to lift one another up. That's what it's all about, being MsDiva. Like I say, you can reach me at beingmsdiva@gmail.com. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Being MsDiva. If you want to have a one-on-one interview, you could email me at beingmsdiva@gmail.com and we can set it up. Whatever you want to do, however you want to talk, express yourself. I'm always here for you. I'm always checking my podcast, my YouTube channel, my email, because I don't want to miss that opportunity that someone is reaching out. So don't ever think that I won't respond back to you, because I will. I will respond back. I will be there for you. I will be that listening ear, that shoulder to cry on. I will be that woman that's here for you, will never turn her back on you. I will always be there, fighting for you, encouraging you, lifting you up, letting you know that it's possible to be happy again. It's possible that your journey, your frustration, what you're going through, you could bring some other young lady out. I want women everywhere that listen to my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube channel, that I am here. I will lift you up. And remember, like I always say, God loves you and so do I. Don't ever give up. There's somebody that needs your testimony. There's a woman, young woman, single woman that needs your testimony. Don't give up. Give your testimony to help another single woman. Thank you for taking time to listen. Be blessed. Have a great day. Thank you.